Yo guys, what's up, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I wanted to quickly talk about probably the most important skill that you can ever acquire. Like, it's more important than sales, it's more important than marketing, it's more important, and it's actually the foundation of everything else that you're going to be learning in your life and in your journey, right? Like, what might this thing be that's more important than like communication, sales, like all of these other things, right? To give you a little bit of backstory, like the last year, I've invested well over like $30,000 into myself and into my own education. And it didn't actually hit me until yesterday that this one fundamental skill that would have made my investments even way more worth it than they already are, that one skill is a skill that I wasn't even aware of that I needed to have until yesterday. And so that's why I wanted to make this video, because if you start investing in yourself, investing in books, coaching, heck, if you're just even going to school, the best way for you to get the most out of whatever time and resources that you're investing into yourself, and also money at the end of the day, is to master the art of value extraction, right? Value extraction. And what do I mean by that? If you have a teacher, if you have a mentor, if you have a coach, like, it's your job to get the most value out of that, out of every conversation that you have with that person, right? Because if you don't have that, you're just not going to learn as much as you would if you were good at extracting value, right? And so that's the point of this. Is let's have two scenarios. In both scenarios, you have a coach. In one scenario, you show up to calls unprepared. You just show up and you're like, yeah, can you review the sales call I had, or can you just look at all this copy that I've written, right? And if you do that, sure, like, you're gonna get some feedback. But in another scenario, when you show up and you have a call recorded, or a call recording, for example, and you're like, yes, so from minute 6 to minute 9, I'm worried that like my energy is a little bit off. And again, from minute 12 to minute 15, I think that my questions were not as accurate as they should have been. Like, which one of those two scenarios, like, who do you think is going to learn more? The one that has sat down by themselves and actually looked at the entire recording and picked out what they believe they need to work on and sort of processed everything in their mind? Or do you think that the version that just shows up, couldn't really care less what happens? Like, which one of those two people do you think is going to get the most out of that 30-60 minute coaching session, right? It's going to be the person that is more prepared. And this goes for anything that you want to do. If you want to become a great soccer player and you have a good coach, like, it's your job to go to that coach and ask them for help on like what parts of the game that you should improve. But not only that, you should tell them, hey, I feel like I'm struggling with XYZ when I'm trying to pass the ball long, when I'm trying to go for like a pass or some sort of header, whatever, like, my technique feels off. Can you help me correct this thing? And then your coach can go in and actually look at what you're doing there right now and help you improve that part of your game, right? So that's it for today's video, to be honest with you. Just be very mindful of how good and how well you're actually like extracting value out of every value extracting opportunity. Because if you just come into it more prepared, you're going to learn a ton more, you're going to improve faster, and you're all around just going to get more value out of the time and potentially money that you invested into that conversation, right? So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Please just keep it in mind, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. See you then. Ciao.